Hi, I'm Daniel, and I read the new released Dogman book titled 20,000 Fleas Under the Sea. It's the 11th book in the main series. I previously made videos about PT's character arc and ranking the books. I didn't know how to feel about this because the franchise went a bit dry in the last couple of books. But it still has remained fun. So, is this a good book or something about Under the Sea? This will also have given to editing since I'm reviewing a new release book. The book's story involved the Fleas returning. This is good because there's no grandpa. His character got worse as the franchise went on, and I would prefer more Fleas instead. New villain would be better, but there hasn't been one in a while. Piggy wants to set out an evil revenge plan. Other Fleas with some new characters want to be known as the friendly friends, which annoys him. Piggy plots to spread fear and anger. I'm offended by the fact that they released dopamine and that's supposed to be good. This is a funny idea, and I like Piggy's role, but it's kinda anticlimactic near the end. His threat lowers when the others are shrunken down. So what about the other characters? The start involves Chief and Nurse Lady, but they disappear throughout most of the book. I was going to complain about that, but the end says the friends we saw forgot about 12 chapters ago. Self-aware, but still seems disconnected as a full story. When you read it all quickly, which you can't do with these books, but like you forget most of it. This isn't really a memorable book. It doesn't have the same kick that the rest of the franchise has. PT and Yellow Peter's dynamic hasn't been as good as this or in Wuthering Heights. It seems they are making Yellow Peter act younger and more annoying rather than wholesome. Maya also feels like just Yellow Peter again. However, the social commentary remains surprisingly good. I like how they address the hardships of former prisoners trying to adapt in a society that won't change. I like Yellow Peter's speech and his voice. The running joke was sounding better when Sarah Hatoff says it is funny. Speaking of, her character was very well used in this book. I like how she gets the group together and finds your PT and Molly not trying and then explaining why it's wrong to think that way. The great facial expressions really add to that moment. Art style of these books remains solid. But there's also Dogman. He is once again a side character to the others. The meaning for the title of the misrepresented thing is kind of false and kind of funny. The conflict isn't climactic, but I like the character enough for it to not matter. The comedy has improved since the last book. There's yes non-symbolic poop jokes or unfunny moments. It is entertaining to read, even if one of the weaker books. The ending keeps the emotional walk, and there's a couple good lines to end off the story. As well as that beautiful Starry Night drawing. I like the discussion of finding death, but it ends in a joke. A funny joke with a bit of a strange ending. The notes and facts section at the end remain interesting. I partially missed the George and Howard introduction over a character sheet. But I see why it's a good thing to separate this from Captain Underpants. The franchise has made its own identity and that's what I like about it. Even if I wish its own identity was slightly different. In conclusion, Dogman 20,000 Fleas Under the Sea gets a 7 out of 10. It's good, but a bit underwhelming after almost 2 years since the last book. It doesn't do anything to bother the larger gap, or really add much. It just feels like extending a story past where it ended. I personally think the book series should end soon, but I don't know yet. I'm glad I made my Peter video earlier because I just won't add much from that. In my ranking of the books, it is 8, between Wuthering Heights and To Whom the Ball Rolls. Watch the video if you want to see the full ranking. If you enjoyed this video, consider pressing subscribe and watching more. The end.